and welcome to Cox Local Edition on CNN Headline News. I'm Catherine Falk with Cox Communications. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have another of our policymaker series, and we're honored to have Delegate David Bulova from the House of Delegates in Virginia join us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about your district.
It's a great district. They're in central Fairfax. It includes all of Fairfax City and then parts of the county to the south and to the east. Includes two crown jewels for Northern Virginia. It includes George Mason University and also Inova Fairfax Hospital.
Terrific. And what's your background? How long have you been in the General Assembly?
Been in the General Assembly, first elected in November 2005. I've lived in Fairfax County pretty much all of my life. So I have a great family, 3 kids, and just love living here.
Terrific. David, I know that one of the issues that were really important to you in the General Assembly this year were environmental issues. And I think there are 2 parts of that that you worked on, tree conservation legislation and energy legislation. Tell us about that.
Right. Yeah, my professional background is in environmental planning. And so I kind of take a special pride in working on those kind of issues. Virginia has a beautiful environment. It's resilient, but certainly not indestructible. One of my passions is tree conservation. It's not only good for our quality of life, not only beautifies our neighborhoods, but it also helps us to go ahead and meet our air quality goals. And so last year I was pleased to work with both developers and conservationists to go ahead and increase local government's authorities to actually preserve mature trees during development. Looking forward, one of our generation's greatest challenges, quite honestly, is energy sustainability. And the General Assembly has made some good progress this year, regardless of whether you're looking at it from an environmental standpoint or a national security standpoint, in order to go ahead and wean ourselves off of foreign sources of fossil fuel. It's absolutely critical that we go ahead and move forward. This year I introduced a bill to increase Virginia's renewable energy goals to 15% by the year 2025. And so we're making some great progress in that area and looking forward to doing even more in future years.
Great, and an issue that goes along with energy is certainly transportation, one of the top issues in our community. Tell us about what's going on with transportation.
Sure. Every year I put out a survey, and every year it continues to be the #1 issue from a quality of life standpoint and an economic issue as well. We need to go ahead and make sure that we're making the investments in transportation. Very pleased that we have $818 million worth of stimulus package money that's going to Virginia. We need to make sure that that goes to the most efficient ways of moving people around, whether that's roads or transit. Another issue that I've been very, very active in is making sure that Northern Virginia gets its fair share of maintenance money. Absolutely, we need to go ahead and maintain our existing infrastructure. Northern Virginia represents about 25% of the population, but we only get 14% of the maintenance money back. And so I've spearheaded efforts in the General Assembly for the last couple of years just to go ahead and make sure we go ahead and get our fair share and that we have the same quality of roads as the rest of Virginians enjoy.
Good. And I know that with your background in consumer issues, identity theft was also a top issue for you.
There's more opportunities for identity theft, and we need to be vigilant about those things. The General Assembly for the last 2 years has worked very hard on that, making sure that you can freeze your credit or your credit areas, and also to go ahead and make it so that if somebody loses your information, they have to let you know. There's a lot of personal information still floating out around there, and it's critical that we can continue to work on that issue.
Great. Delegate David Bulova, how can your constituents get in touch with you?
Constituents can always reach me at davidbulova.com. For those of you who want to reach me the old-fashioned way, 703-310-6752.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for joining us on Cox Local Edition on CNN Headline News. Have a great day.